Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the live interviews for the NF Hope concert. This is a new series of videos that we are doing on both YouTube and Facebook Live to bring awareness to some incredible talent out there and sort of focus on what it is the NF Hope concert does and why we're here. So right now, you may not know, but May every year is NF Awareness Month. And to kick off NF Awareness Month on May 4th, just last week, we had our inaugural live stream NF Hope concert. It was a 2.5-hour event. If you want to watch it, I'll make sure on YouTube and on the Facebook pages to repost that so you can watch the entire 2.5 hours or even pick your favorite part. But what's most important is that it is still NF Awareness Month. And you can still help. We are trying to make a difference for the 128,000 people living with neurofibromatosis. For those of you who might not know what NF is a neurological disorder that's characterized by tumors that can grow in any nerve in the body at any time. And well, we are very excited and proud to announce that we just recently saw the very first NF-specific treatments come out. There is still a lot of work to be done, and as a parent, my concern is there isn't a cure yet. So I want to make sure that my daughter is taken care of. And so I keep plugging along, and I'm asking for your help. So right down below, you'll see this. It says text NF Hope 20 to 76278. Our campaign will be running the entire month of NS Awareness Month, all the way until midnight, 11:59 p.m. on the 31st of May. And while it's active, you can text NF Hope 20 to 76278 and contribute whatever you want to. Now, I also will tell you that if you happen to be a Gillian Anderson fan, until the 11:59 p.m. on Central Time on the 18th, you can purchase a raffle ticket for $5 to win a 30-minute private Zoom session with Gillian Anderson. So that's another thing you can do. I also want to point out our sponsor, presenting sponsor, not only for last Monday's concert, but also for NF Awareness Month at Springworks Therapeutics, another incredible company that's working on potential treatments for NF families. But obviously we're here for NF, but we're also here for our guests. The live interview series started just last week, and we have interviewed Nashville artist Ben Hale. We've interviewed American Idol finalists and a powerhouse couple, Diana DeGarmo and Ace Young. We've even reached into the NF community to interview an incredible young woman named Jay Hale just on Wednesday. But today, I think is probably the one we're all most excited about. We are welcoming to the screen and to the live interviews Daniel Emmet. He, of course, you know him from America's Got Talent. He was a finalist there. He is also completely smashing and redefining what it is to be a crossover artist. So let me stop talking and let's bring this man on screen.
Oh my gosh.
Daniel, you like that the introduction?
That was awesome, dude. That was fantastic. Can you introduce me everywhere, please?
Sure. You know, right now I may ask to charge for it, but that's all right.
Worth it. Worth it.
Absolutely. So how are you doing? How's COVID treating you?
Well, to be fair, COVID is unfortunate for everyone, but I'm very fortunate that there are silver linings within COVID. It is in this downtime, this forced downtime that we're having, which as artists, we don't get to have that often. It's given me a chance to be really creative and to explore new ways to engage and connect with people. And in the not traditional, usually we're with people face to face, and that's not possible anymore. So it's really forced me to think outside the box in terms of being online and engaging through social media. And I've learned a lot of new skills. Let's put it at that. We'll leave it at that. I've had to learn a lot of new skills.
You and me both. I mean, clearly, look what we're doing right now. One of the things I think has been most interesting about this is the lessons about what we don't want to change when we go back to whatever normal is. Have you kind of discovered some things that you've enjoyed now that you never really had a chance to do, and you kind of don't want to go back to normal?
You know, I've actually been outside in my backyard. I've taken advantage of the time that I've had at home. I've been able to write more. I've been able to really put under the microscope things in my shows that I've done before that I didn't have the chance to really hone and perfect, and the skill sets I've been working on, like I said. And it's also just given me a time to really think about what's important and how I want to spend my quality time coming out of this, where there are you know, to spend quality time with people is so important. And when you're on the road all the time, you don't have that opportunity to do that. And now we really haven't had the opportunity to spend quality time in person with anyone. So it's really important to just appreciate the people that are in your lives.
Agreed. Yeah, I haven't spent this much time with my daughter consistently in so long, and it's been a gift. You know, I wish it didn't come at the cost that it is.
Absolutely.
And I think we all know many people who have been affected by COVID, and we keep them in our thoughts and prayers and hope that this virus comes to an end, but the lessons learned do not.
Absolutely, and the sooner the better.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been very fortunate that I'm healthy and my family is healthy, and thus far, no one in my immediate family has been affected by the virus. But there are so many people that are being affected, not only health-wise, but economically. And I hope that we can all learn from the situation so it never happens again.
Agreed. So let's, you know, you're on the screen not only because you're an incredible talent. I think we all knew that. Everybody. I actually met Daniel. When was it? Gosh, I think we sang together at an event at Bellagio, 2013, maybe.
Yes, that's right.
I think that was when we first met. I've always been blown away by you. Although your reputation certainly preceded you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And of course, your incredible talent has taken you on quite a journey. So the one I think everybody knows the best is your journey on America's Got Talent. Want to tell us, like, how did that start, and what do you feel like it's done for you?
Well, I had, as you said, the incredible opportunity to audition for America's Got Talent back in 2018, just about 2 years ago now. And I got to go out in front of the judges, especially Simon Cowell, and sing an original song in Italian that I had written. And that right there, that's got to be one of the bravest things I've ever done, is sing something original in front of Simon Cowell. And it didn't go as planned, because right in the middle of my song, Simon put up his hand and stopped me, and he said, "You know what? That's great. I'd love to hear you sing this other song that I have in mind that's also in Italian." And this song was called Passerà. It was originally written by Alejandro Baldi and was recorded by Simon's group Il Divo. I had never heard this song before in my life. And Simon said, "Oh, by the way, you have an hour to go off stage and learn it, and then come back and sing it for me and all of America. And good luck."
All right, so I have to ask. I mean, because everybody thinks that, because they think of themselves trying to do that, and they think of it as an impossibility. So, A, you really did learn a song in an hour, right?
Yes, I did. I promise none of that was staged.
And B, like, how do you learn a song in another language in an hour?
I'm glad I got lucky that it was in Italian. We'll leave it at that. Italian is a language that I speak enough of to get in trouble over there. But
that's a different interview. We'll try that again.
But no, it just, honestly, it was a little bit of determination, adrenaline, and a lot of caffeine that got me through that hour. And it's a blur. I don't really remember the hour, to be honest, but it was just a moment where I knew if I wanted to, quote unquote, make it on the show, I needed to make this happen. And that was just, I wasn't going to give up, and I put my mind to it and somehow learned the words and the melody and went out there, and it fell out of my face 99% correct. And it was the greatest moment of my life, for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So all right. So going from that until being, one of the finalists, what was the journey like?
The journey was a roller coaster. It was insane, emotional, and just full of unexpected twists and turns. I made it through to the next round, and then the judges actually cut me in the judge cut round. Wasn't allowed to go through to the live round initially. Then they brought me back as a wild card so I could perform in the live shows, which, that call was the best thing ever. And I made it to the live rounds, and I got to sing Aerosmith's "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing" in Spanish, which was so much fun. Absolutely one of my favorite songs to sing. And then I wound up in what's called the Duncan Save. And that is where it's the old, like, In Jeopardy. Like, America now gets to vote for which act they want to put through to the next round. And if I thought that learning a song in an hour was stressful, no, being in the Duncan Save is stressful. I still can't eat donuts. And America voted, to put me through to the semifinals. And
That's
that
awesome.
it just validated everything about who I was as an artist, and it proved that my art has a place in the American musical scene and the international musical scene. And that meant more to me than any comment from any judge ever, was that America believed in what I could do.
That's
and
awesome.
Then I performed in the semifinals and was saved by the judges. There was a lot of saving that went on in my America's Got Talent journey. But I got to go through to the finale and perform there. And in the grand finale episode, I got to sing with Maestro Plácido Domingo. And that's like, you talk about an unexpected journey full of amazing highs and lows. That was a huge high to get to sing with him.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever imagine sharing a stage silently with Plácido Domingo, let alone singing with him. So kudos to you for being able to sing.
I will say he was the most magnanimous and just the nicest person to be around when we were backstage and on stage. And he's just a wonderful human being. So it was a privilege to be in his orbit for that day of the finale.
Awesome. So moving forward, how has being on AGT changed your trajectory?
You know, it gave me a chance to show my art on national television and internationally online. And it's the boost that every artist needs. They give you a platform, especially for an artist who, like me, isn't a traditional pop top 40. We're a little bit left of center. You're a little bit different. AGT is the perfect platform for that. They'll give you a multinational stage to sing or perform who you are, and let the audience fall in love with you for who you're meant to be. And that was it's enabled me to perform all over the US and internationally as well. Since being on AGT, I've been lucky enough to perform symphony concerts all across the United States. I've actually got more coming up this fall and next spring, fingers crossed, as long as we come out of this COVID smoothly. And I also got to be on tour with Marie Osmond. We've been touring all over the US over the last year and a half, and I'm looking forward to doing more with her once we come out of this as well.
That's incredible. That's incredible. So I don't know about you. I think everything came to a halt, and for you, I think it's probably more dramatic than others. Where maybe they're already working from home, or their job is essentially going to an office and then turning around and coming home. It probably felt like you were screeching to a halt a little bit more dramatically than others. So how have you been creative about spending your time during this pandemic?
Well, and you're right. Everything did come to a fairly abrupt stop. I've been very fortunate that a lot of the events that I had planned have been rescheduled or postponed until later. And I'm very, very grateful for that I still have things on the horizon that I get to look forward to and work towards at this time. But it's really been, like we were saying earlier, it's really been a chance to get creative and find new ways to stay engaged with my audiences and my friends around the world. And a lot of that is through things like we're doing today and live streaming. That's been the key to, I did a live stream concert from my house. I called it Live at Home from the Desert, from right here in this room about a month ago, right before Easter came. And I don't have the official dates yet, but there will be more live stream style things coming from, a little bit different, a little bit unexpected, a lot of fun things, some twists and turns, but there will be more live streams coming in the next few months. And that's how I've really started to pivot to still be able to be connected with everyone.
You let us know how, when they are, because we'll not only let other people know, but just like the one before Easter, I'll be on it.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
And so that kind of guides into getting creative about how you spend your time connecting with the people and your fans. You've gotten really creative recently, right? I mean, dare I call you like the Corona Parody Guy, but I call you the Corona Parody Guy. So
I will take it.
So tell us about some of the fun projects you've been doing right from that couch sitting behind you, and what it's turned into.
So right when we got started here, I was listening to Adele's on my stereo, and her song "Hello" came on. And she sings "Hello" from the outside, and I immediately looked at the door, and I was like, we're all stuck inside. I think that could be funny if I make my own version of that. So I started with Adele's "Hello" from the inside, recorded it, threw up a little video on my Instagram and my Facebook, and it got a lot of love. So I figured, why stop there? Let's try to spread hope and keep morale high during this rough situation. So I did a whole series of Corona tunes, quarantine tunes, whatever you want to call them. And there's one video though that's gotten a lot of love. That was the last video we put up, and it's taken on a life of its own.
Okay, you got to tell us about it. Tell us about it.
So as a classical crossover singer, I sing many different genres from rock to pop to opera, and I was trained classically in opera at college at Chapman University in Orange County, California. And of course, as every classical music lover knows, the song Nessun Dorma from Puccini's Turandot is like the holy grail. And I was just jamming along to it, and I figured, you know what? I think it's time for a Corona version of it. And I made the Nessun Dorma a la Corona. And it was just an incredible video that to date has over 1.5 million views across all the social media platforms.
That's incredible. So yeah, I just checked this morning, and I think YouTube had 431,000 views alone.
It has taken on a life of its own, and I'm so grateful that people are just enjoying what I've been doing, and they're responding really well to it. It's been so much fun to stay connected through these things and just to reach new people through. I mean, it was shared on the radio in South Africa last week.
That's awesome.
I got a tweet about that, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? The UK wrote articles about it. It's been spreading like wildfire. I mean, you know, quote unquote viral. It has gone mildly viral throughout the interwebs, and
awesome.
I'm just very, very grateful.
Well, I tell you what, you were gracious enough to give us a copy of that video to play right here. So instead of talking about it, why don't we show it to people, and I'll see you right after. Sound good? All right. Enjoy, everybody.
No Corona, no Corona. The days are getting longer, my cabin fever stronger. All due to bad spit on my couch now, I must sit in my pajamas. But when the quarantine is done, when we can gather again, as one we must celebrate the things we took for granted all over the planet, and we will rise again, rise again,
Bravo.
Oh, thank you, man.
That
Thank
was
you very much.
awesome. I mean, come on, it was funny. But I mean, we also have to appreciate that your voice is ridiculous, brother.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So all right. You got creative on those lyrics. All thanks to bat spit on my couch. I must now sit, or so. That's good. Well, dude, that was incredible. I you know, it's nice right now with everything going on and concern everybody has to have something that brings a smile to your face for so many reasons. And honestly, I think that's the gift of the arts. And we know so many people who are out of jobs, and Broadway just announced that it's refunding tickets all the way through Labor Day. artists have a lot to say, and there is enormous value in what an artist like yourself and so many others can bring. And God bless you for sharing that. And we cannot wait until your next parody, whatever it may be. We will absolutely share a link directly to your YouTube version of that video in case anybody wants to see it. But we are going to check in with you again. Hopefully these live interviews will continue exactly as we had planned, and this will become a weekly live series with lots of cool guests like yourself. Fantastic. But we would love to check back in with you to hear about, when things are releasing, where you're performing and where people can actually see you live.
And I cannot wait until we can all see each other again, because it's about time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And everybody, thank you to our guest, Daniel Emmet. Also, don't forget that this is NF Awareness Month. Just text NF Hope 20 to 76278 to either make a contribution or potentially buy one of those raffle tickets to win that private Zoom session with Gillian Anderson. Maybe we'll do the same with Daniel Emmet. We'll talk to him later. Anyway, thank you, everybody. We'll be back next week with more episodes of the live interviews. Until then, thank you to Daniel Emmet, and we'll see you again soon.
See you soon, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.